Hello and welcome. My name is Rose Whitbitch. I'll be leading you in a chair yoga session today. And today we'll be focusing mostly on stretching from our crown all the way down to our toes. We'll be doing a lot of movement with the shoulders, with the neck, with the arms, and with the legs as well. Now, I ask that you be very mindful of any sensations in the body that don't feel quite right when you're going through the movements with me. If something feels painful or there's a lot of heat or pulling sensations that don't feel good, please stop and just rest and follow along. You can always go back to this video. You can pause it and replay any of the exercises when you feel better. This is a process that we need to just take one step at a time or one movement at a time. So great, we'll begin. So the way we'll begin today is with a breath work. And the breath is something that we can use to help calm our energy. Maybe there's days when we just don't feel quite right. And we're going about the day, moving around. And then we decide we need to pause. And in that pause, we can focus on our breathing. So I'm going to teach you one of my favorite breathing techniques called boxed breathing or square breathing. Okay, so we'll use the count of 4 to go around this box as we breathe and inhale in, and then pause for 4, and then exhale for 4. Pause again for 4, and then we'll repeat that process. And we'll begin with what is called a cleansing breath. So a cleansing breath is a deep inhale in. So let's do that together. Let's deeply inhale, one big breath, and let it all out. You can open the mouth or just exhale out through the nose. Let's do that again together. Let's inhale in and exhale out. Now just breathe normally. And we'll begin that box breathing together. If you'd like, you can place one hand on your heart. And we're going to take an inhale in, and I'll count to 4. Inhale in, 2, 3, 4, and pause. 2, 3, 4, exhale out, 2, 3, 4, and pause, 2, 3, 4. Inhale in, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, exhale all the way out, 2, 3, and 4, and pause, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that again. Inhale in, 2, 3, and 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. And pause. 2, 3, 4. And now take another deep inhale in. Exhale it all the way out. No counting this time. We'll do that big cleansing breath together. Inhale all the way in. And exhale out. Now go back to your natural breath and take a moment to notice how you feel. We're going to bring our hands together in what we call prayer or Anjali Mudra. Our palms are touching and our thumbs are pressing against our heart. We're connecting that energy and we're just pausing to feel what we're feeling inside, either in our minds or in our bodies. We'll begin. You can place your hands onto your laps. We'll work on our neck stretches to begin with. All right, let's get some of those muscles loose in our necks. All right, let's rotate our head towards your right. So we're going to turn and gaze towards the right, and don't worry how far you go. Just feel the stretch, and remember, if it feels too much, don't go all the way or just come back a little bit. And when you're turning your head and doing anything today, remember to breathe. So let's inhale and exhale. And then we'll turn back towards the center. Take a moment or a pause. And now we're going to turn our head towards the other side. So rotate and gaze. Feel the stretch. Maybe it's in the back of the neck or maybe in the front part of the neck. And breathe. Great. Now rotate it again and face the front. And now we're going to lower our right ear to our right shoulder. So lowering down that ear as far as it's comfortable. And you want to feel a little sensation so that you know you're stretching the muscles. And breathe. And then come back to center. Lower the left ear to the left shoulder and feel the stretch on the other side. Just relax the shoulders. Sometimes when our shoulders are tense, we tend to bring them up and hold on to that tightness. So we want to relax the body. And then bring your head back to center. Gaze is forward and pause. Check in. How do you feel? Good. We'll move on. Now we're going to lower our chin towards our chest. So our head is tilting forward. Keeping our spine nice and tall. We don't want to round out the body. We just want to keep the spine tall and just tilt the chin towards the chest. Now move your head towards your elbow or towards your underarm. Feel that nice stretch, and it's probably changed in the direction. Don't forget to breathe. Now we're going to inhale back to center. Chin is still tucked. And then rotate your head to the other underarm or the other elbow. Remember, spine is upright. Then come back to center. Slowly lift the gaze to face forward. Great. All right. Let's work on the shoulders. Sometimes we feel a lot of tightness on the shoulders just from either sitting or if you're on the computer a lot or watching TV. So we're going to remove some of that tightness in the shoulders and bring more mobility. Okay. So the first thing we'll do is we'll bring our hands to the sides. So drop your hands towards the sides of your body, towards the sides of the chair. And make sure you're comfortable in the chair. If you have to shift or move, go ahead and do so. Another thing I wanted to mention before we begin is your feet. Are your feet on the floor? If they're not on the floor, you may want to bring something to elevate the feet, maybe blocks or books or a blanket rolled up, okay? Just to be comfortable and to release a little pressure on your lower back, or find a lower chair. All right, so from here, we're going to do some shrugs, some shoulder shrugs. So to do that, as we inhale, so we use the breath. Inhale, bring the shoulders up by the ears, hold, and then drop them. Good, let's inhale, do that again. Hold that shrug and drop the shoulders. And you don't have to drop them hard, you can drop them gently. One more shoulder shrug. Inhale, reach those shoulders up by the ears. And release slowly as if they're melting down to the floor. Wonderful. I'm going to do some shoulder rotations. And we'll start with the shoulders going forward. And then up towards the ears and back. And as they move back, squeeze the shoulder blades. So you have to move forward a little bit on your chair perhaps. And down. So that was a slow shoulder roll. So let's do that again. We'll roll them forward. We're circling them up by our ears once again to that shrug and then back down, squeezing the shoulder blades and down. Remember to be mindful of your movement and what you're feeling. Let's do that again a couple of times. It should feel good. And do the movement that feels right for you. Could be small shoulder shrugs or shoulder rolls. Let's do another circle this way and back and down. Allow the fingertips to point towards the floor. Relax the shoulders. Notice what you feel. Okay. We're going to rotate them the opposite way. So this time we're going to rotate them back, squeeze the shoulder blades, and then come up and forward and around and down. So back, squeezing the shoulder blades, coming up, around the front and down. Nice, big, round, or small, circular motions. I will do one more to complete the set of these rotations. And then lower the shoulders, relaxing them. And notice what you're feeling. Just nod the head up and down a few times. Good. And then side to side, no. Good. All right. We'll continue on with working with the upper body or the arms. So we're going to do a couple more of these shoulder rotations, but this time we're going to bend the elbows. So bring your hands out to the side with the palms facing up. Bend the elbows, touch your shoulders, okay? We're going to do some circular motions starting with going forward. So the elbows are going to come forward, just small circles. And then around the back, and then forward. So we're working the little muscles in the shoulder, right, in the shoulder joint. So these are like little wings that we have, and we're working our wings here, just like birds. All right, so we did 4 one way, bring the elbows up. Now we're gonna go back. So remember, we go in the opposite direction, and that balances the energy. 2 more. So this is the 3rd. And 1 more. All the way around. And then bring the elbows down to your side. Release the arms down. We'll always pause just to check in. See how you feel. Notice any sensations. Maybe there's something that doesn't feel right. Or maybe there's something that feels really good. You're feeling a lot of that energy moving in the upper part of your body. Let's take a complete breath, or that cleansing breath that we were doing at the beginning. A nice deep inhale. In through the nose. Big breath in. Open your mouth and let it all go. Awesome. Let's do more work with the arms. We're going to bring the arms up. Palms are facing towards the ceiling. So you have like airplane wings here. And now bring the arms, or bend the elbows. Fingertips are pointing the sky or your ceiling. So this time I'm going to work the elbows. How many times do we work the elbows during the day? Probably a lot. We're going to rotate these elbows in a direction that's circles, right? So we're going to do inner circles. So fingertips are coming in towards the body and then out. So turn the palms up and down as you're doing them. So we're just going to do a couple. So there's 3 and 4 and back up to cactus. Pause for a moment. Keep the cactus arms up. You notice we look like a cactus here. Now we're going to go the other way. So rotating out. So the palms go down towards the floor and then rotate them. Just feel the natural motion of the way the arm moves, okay? Just rotate. And let's do 1 more. Beautiful. Now bring the hands to the lap. Allow them to rest. And let's give a little pause for that upper body. We've been working so hard. Maybe a little jiggle. maybe a little shake, shake, shake. Let's shake the arms a little bit. Loosen them. Get some of that lymphatic fluid moving in the body, that fluid that gets rid of all that toxic waste. Nice. Now, let's perch our hands onto our thighs. Just take a moment and pause. We're going to do another exercise soon with the arms, and we're going to be opening and closing those wings, working on our spine. So we're going to engage the spine a little bit. All right. Okay. Now, we're going to bring those arms open wide again. So your palms are facing forward. Now go back a little bit more, squeezing the shoulder blades as far back as is comfortable. Remember, not too much, not too little, just right. And then bring those arms forward. We're going to reach forward, rounding out the spine. And maybe your palms touch, maybe not. Press the fingertips forward towards me. Round out your spine. And then open those wings wide. So we'll call these our open and closing of the bird wings. So going back, you're squeezing the shoulder blades, maybe a little arch in the back. And you can look up at the sky as if you're a bird in flight and you're flapping those wings. And now we're going to close them or bring them forward. Round out the spine, press the fingertips towards me. And then open up those wings again. Big deep inhale in as we open up the chest, fill the lungs with beautiful, clean, fresh air. And then coming back forward with our wings one more time. And remember, you can stop anytime if this gets too much. Let's do a nice big wing expansion. Look up at the sky, deep inhale in. And exhale it all the way out. Bring our wings forward. Beautiful. Let's perch those wings. Give those wings a little rest. Yeah, it should feel maybe some tingling sensation. That's not a bad thing. That means that your muscles are working. The connective tissues are working. Everything's working. And the energy's flowing. Okay. So let's love and absorb that beautiful energy that you're creating with all of these movements. So you're moving that all around. Awesome. We're going to do one more with the arms. This is going to stretch the side body. So it'll be something maybe that you don't normally do during the day, but it will really help with extending the side body if you need to reach something up on a top shelf somewhere. Right? So we're going to start with your right arm. We're going to reach up as if we're trying to get something off that top shelf. Reaching up, extending the side body so you'll feel a stretch here, and then lower that hand down to the thigh. We'll do the same with the other side. So lift up your left arm, reaching, keeping your butt down on the chair, but reaching your arm up, feeling that nice stretch of the side body, your ribs, remembering to breathe, and then grab whatever that is and bring it down onto your thigh. We'll do that a couple of times. Inhale, reach the right arm up and stretch. We won't hold it as long. And lower. We'll move a little faster. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Stretch it. And lower. And this time we're going to do a little roping action. So reach the right arm up. Reach the left arm up. And then as if you're grabbing a rope, pulling that rope down, side to side stretching, lifting the arm up. And coming all the way down, bringing your hands to your lap. All right, just check in and see how you're feeling. See how the lower back feels. All right, so we're going to do a twist now. So we've done a lot of movement with the spine and the shoulders and the neck. And this time we're going to twist it. So we're going to twist to your right first. Now on your next inhale, we're going to reach both arms up. And then as you exhale, you're going to turn the body towards your right and place the hand behind. So your right hand behind the chair, your left hand comes down, and you can bring it along the outside of that chair or your thigh. And just stay here in this twisty motion and breathe. Don't forget to breathe. So take an inhale and an exhale. Feel the nice rotation of the spine. Maybe even rotate the neck back a little bit. Notice the sensations. And then we're going to release and come all the way back forward. And once again, we'll pause. Take a deep inhale. Exhale it out. And we'll do that on the other side. So we'll do just one twist on each side today. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up. Maybe even look up at those hands. And then exhale, we're going to twist to your left this time. So your left hand comes behind the chair. Your right arm comes on the outside of the chair or your leg. Then lifting your spine nice and tall and breathing in this twist. We'll take a few breaths, two complete breaths. So that's an inhale and an exhale and another inhale. And then release all the way forward. Beautiful. All right, and just pause for a moment and see how you feel. Good. All right, let's give the upper body a little break. We're going to work on our legs this time. So we'll start to stretch the legs. So you're going to lift your right leg, bend the knee, bring it in towards your chest. Take your hands and place it on the outside of that shin and squeeze that leg in towards you. You feel maybe a little sensation in the hip area, maybe along the outside, maybe along the inside. And see if you can do some circular motions. Whatever way you're going is fine. I'm just circling out towards the outside first. Okay? And then, of course, when we do some circles one way, we have to go the other way. And they could be big circles, they could be little circles, they could be no circles. Whatever's right, whatever feels good. Nice. One last big squeeze in and release all the way down. You may start to feel some sensation and energy on this leg. So now we have to get this leg to do the same thing. So let's bring up your left leg, bring your hands to your shins, squeeze like you're hugging your leg. You love your leg. And then let's start rotating. Nice circles. 4. We'll do 4. 4 is our magic number today. 4 rotations one way. And then pausing. And then going the other way. All right. And after you're done with 4 circles, we're going to just bring that foot down. Let's just start tapping our toes, just shaking it out. A couple of shake, shake, shakes. Okay. And lower the feet down. And we're going to do some other leg work. We're going to extend the legs out. So we're going to work with your right leg first. So extending means I'm going to just extend the legs. Foot comes forward. And then lowering that leg down. Beautiful. Let's do the other one. So inhale, we're going to extend that leg. Foot comes up and down. So extend the leg as far as is comfortable. Let's pause for a moment and talk about that. Okay. Don't worry about how far I'm extending my leg. You are concerned about what it feels like in your body. So I want you to extend the leg, and when it feels right, when it starts to feel too much, pause there and hold it. And then lower it. We'll do that again. Okay, so be mindful of the sensations you feel. It's really important to take care of that. So let's start again with your right leg. We're going to inhale, extend the leg, and lower. Good. Inhale, reach the left leg up, and then lower that. All right, we're going to add a little footwork here. So when we extend the legs this time, we're going to also flex the feet. So you'll feel a little bit more sensation, but once again, make sure it's appropriate. Not too much, not too little, but just right. All right, let's do it. Let's inhale, lift the foot up and hold it. Now point those toes towards you. Let's flex the toes. And then point towards me. Awesome. One more. Let's flex the toes towards yourself and point towards me, towards the front of the room, and lower down. Nice. Awesome. Notice what you feel. Take a pause here. Okay. Now we'll do the other side. So your left leg comes up, and then flex your foot so the toes are pointing towards you, and then point them towards the front of the room. Feel that nice stretch along the top side of the foot. And then toes pointing towards you again, and pointing towards the front of the room. And then lower down. Awesome. All right, let's give the legs just a little break. We're going to point and flex the feet as they're on the floor. All right. We're going to work those calf muscles. We want nice strong legs, nice strong hips, so that we can remain nice and strong and balanced when we walk. All right, so we're going to do both feet at the same time. So we're going to lift the heels, feel the sensation along the backs of the thighs, and then lower the heels down. Lift the heels. We'll do this 4 times. Magic number 4, and lower. And remembering to breathe, inhale on the lifting of the heels, and then exhale as you lower the heels down. One more time. Inhale, lift those heels up, squeeze those calves, and lower down. Awesome. Let's take a cleansing breath. So inhale in and exhale. Beautiful. And now we're going to lift our toes, keeping the heels grounded. So inhale, lift the toes, all 10 of them, and lower. Inhale, lift the toes, feel the stretch along the back of the ankle this time, and then exhale, lower down. 2 more times. Inhale, lift the toes, lower down. Inhale, lift toes up, flex, and lower down. Awesome. Maybe tap the feet a little bit. Get a little bit of that circulation, that energy moving. Let's do a combination. Okay? We'll start with lifting the heels, and then we'll lower the heels down, and then lift the toes and lower them down, and do those 4 times. So on our inhale, lift the heels, and then exhale, lower the heels. Inhale, lift the toes, lower the toes. Inhale, lift heels, exhale, lower toes. Inhale, lift the toes and lower the heels. Inhale, lift the heels and lower the heels. Inhale, lift the toes and lower the toes. One more time. Inhale, lift the heels, lower the heels. Inhale, lift the toes and lower the toes. Awesome. Tap, tap, tap. Awesome. All right. Now that our feet are warmed up, we're going to use them to walk and open the legs so that we can stretch the inner linings of the legs. Let's start with our right leg. So we're going to heel toe. So we're going to lift the heel and pivot, and then lift the toes and pivot them to our right until our leg starts to open to where it feels appropriate, right? So the sensation, notice if it's too much or not. For me, this is great, so I'll stop here. And then I'm going to walk the feet in. So you're walking the toes and the heels in. We'll do that again on the same side. So we'll start with the right side again. So lift the heel and walk the feet out until you start to feel it in that inner hip area. And this time we're going to hold it a little longer. We're going to count. I'll count to 4. Ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right, let's walk it back in. Stretching those beautiful hip tendons and connective tissue. Let's do that again. Now we're going to do this on the left leg. Start walking those toes and heel out to the side, opening up that hip until you feel that stretch on the inner lining of the leg, maybe a little bit on the outside. And then walk it in. However many steps it takes you. Good. And we'll do it again. We'll hold it longer this time. Same leg, working the left leg. So walk that leg out. This time we're going to hold it a little longer. And I said 4, right? So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Start walking that leg back in. Great. Notice what you're feeling. I hope it feels like a good stretch. So instead of walking the heels out, we're going to lift the knee and open the leg and then bring it down. Okay? So let's do that. We'll do it together. I was just demonstrating. Starting with your right leg. Okay? You're going to lift the knee just a few inches, the foot off, a few inches off the floor. Open to the right and lower the foot down. And then we're going to lift the knee and then close it and bring it in and down like you're closing the door. One more time on this side, on your right side. Inhale, lift the knee, open that door and lower the foot. Inhale, lift the knee, close the door, lower the foot. So let's do that on the left side. Okay, inhale, lift the knee, open the door as far as you can, lower the foot. Inhale, lift the knee, closing the door, lowering the foot. We'll do 2 more times. Inhale, lift the knee, open up that hip door, close, and lower the foot. Inhale, lift the knee, close the door, lower the foot. And one more time. Inhale, lift, open, lower the knee. And inhale, lift, close that door, and bring the foot down. Awesome. Shake it out. You did some really good work there with your legs. We're going to squeeze those legs into our chest again, one at a time. So inhale and lift your right leg. Bring your hands on the outside. Squeeze. It feels nice. Nice little squeezy stretch. Little reward. Then lower that foot down. And we'll do the same with the left. Inhaling, lifting the left knee, bringing it close to the body, like you're giving it a hug. Hugging yourself. And then lowering down. We'll do another stretch with the legs, and this is you're gonna feel this one on the outside of your legs. We'll do one leg at a time because it's the only way we can do this. All right, and just be mindful if you can do it or not. I will show you a modification, and this is called figure 4. And we'll start with your right leg again. All right, so you're gonna lift your knee and you're gonna cross the ankle over until it comes to the left knee. Now, this is as if you're just sitting in a chair. Some people sit this way, some people don't, but if this is new to you and this feels too much on your hip, you can cross your leg this way and you may feel it not as much. So this is a variation, a modification to this pose. Okay. So I'm going to bring my leg back to this figure 4. Okay. Now, you can notice the sensations here. We're targeting the outer hip. Notice maybe the outer thigh as well. And maybe you're saying, I don't feel a lot here. And you want to try to deepen the pose a little bit. Okay. If you'd like, you can fold forward a little bit and see how that feels. Now, be mindful if it feels too much. So if I gave you a scale from 1 to 10, if it was above a 5, I would say come back upright. Above a 5 is more in the higher realms of that sensation. Right? You want to keep it between a 2 and a 5 for any of the movements that we're doing. Okay? So you can stay here. We're going to stay here for several breaths. So I want you to focus on your breath as it comes in and out. Keep breathing like a cycle of breath or a wave of breath. Remember, you can come out of the pose at any time. We're just going to stay here for a few breaths because this is really helping that outer hip, and that will help us with our balance. And if you sit all day, this gets really tight. All right. Take another deep inhale, and then on your next exhale, gently take that ankle off of the knee or the thigh. Bring the foot down onto the floor, and then check in and see how you feel. Maybe you want to lift your heel and toe up a little bit. Maybe you want to extend the leg out and down. Do that 2 times. Great. Awesome. And then we'll do this on the other side. Be mindful that each leg will feel different or each hip may feel different. Okay. All right. So now left foot comes up, cross the ankle towards your your right thigh, and notice the sensation in this outer leg and the outer thigh. How does it feel? Right, on a scale of 1 to 10, should be between a 2 and a 5. And if you want to see if it feels a little deeper when you come forward, you can try that. But you don't have to. If it feels good this way, we'll start here. You can always move forward, because the more you do these poses, the more stress or stretch you put on the hip joints, the connective tissue, and you'll have more mobility. Right? So we take it slow, one little step at a time, one pose at a time, one breath at a time. All right, let's take a deep inhale in and exhale. And then remove this foot, and you may need to help it, just like I am, and place it down onto the floor. Maybe heel up, toes up, heel up, and toes up. Extend the leg out and down. And then up and back down. Great. All right, let's check in and see how we feel. Bring your hands, palms facing down onto your thighs. Draw the hands in towards the hip. And that brings our spine a little bit more upright and also opens and expands our heart space. Notice any sensations you're feeling in the body. Start with the toes this time, and notice and sense anything with your toes. Maybe even wiggle your toes a little bit. Bring your awareness towards the heels of your feet, and then up the legs. Start to relax. If you're holding on to any tension and tight muscles, relax, like as if the muscles are melting right in your chair. Then bring your awareness to your knees. Now bring your attention or your awareness up the thighs towards your hips. Sense that energy that's flowing in there from the exercises that we were doing. Bring your energy to your belly. And as you inhale, allow the breath to fill the belly and expand that belly. And as you exhale, that belly just comes back in and deflates like a balloon. Bring your attention now to your heart. And just close your eyes here for a moment and feel your heart. Maybe notice the beating. Notice what fills your heart. What makes you happy? What brings you joy? Is it a sunny day? Is it a really nice meal? Is it the company of somebody you know? Whatever brings you joy, bring it to your mind right now. Think about what brings you joy and fill your heart space with that, with all those beautiful things. And take those deep inhales. Fill your heart space. And exhale. Keeping everything inside. All those beautiful thoughts. Good. And we'll move our awareness down to our arms. Notice any sensations that you may be feeling. Now as you inhale, draw the awareness to your throat. Take a swallow or two. And when we do that, we're just clearing out the energy in our throat. Now bring your thoughts or your awareness to your face. Notice your expression. Just bring a little smile to your face and knowing that you did a really good job here today, working with your body, stretching your muscles, really working with the energy. Great way to keep yourself healthy. So keep that smile on your face. Take another deep inhale in. And now open up the mouth, let it all go. Take another deep inhale in. We'll do that again. Inhaling as much as you can and then exhaling all the way out. Now slowly open your eyes. We're going to bring our hands together like we did at the beginning in prayer or Anjali Mudra. Bow your head down just for a moment. Let's always be grateful for everything that we have in our lives, however small, however large. Every day is a gift. And every day we have a purpose. We take care of ourselves. We love ourselves. We are good to ourselves. And we will share that energy with others in our lives. And now repeat the word after me. Namaste. Thank you for sharing your time with me and your practice with me. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, you could always review this video, going through all of the exercises or maybe the ones that you enjoyed the most. Always bring a little movement in your day, some energy in your day. Allow that energy to flow through your body and feel good every day.